Welcome back, Love Stylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about some lifestyle tweaks for beginners. And stay tuned for my truth bomb at the end. I've been trying these truth bombs. Let me know if you like them. And also thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing and spending your time with me today. I talk a lot on this channel about how I lost 55 pounds and 8 sizes in the last 4 years with a combination of the carnivore and keto diets. I started off 2 years on keto and I moved over to more of a carnivore-based style of eating, which is meat, dairy, and eggs, and nutrient dense, because I want to clean up my health. This is not a fast weight loss channel. This is a better health and better lifestyle type of channel. I want to start talking about some tweaks that we can make in our life to make it better. And diet ended up being the main thing that I've talked about for the last 2 years that I've been on YouTube. It's been almost 2 years exactly. And I want to start covering some other subjects, some things I run into every single day. So why should you listen to me? I'm still chubby. I'm not at my goal weight. Even though I lost 55 pounds, I have a long ways to go. And I haven't written my novel yet. Now I have recorded a bunch of albums. Check out Black Eyed Soul to see what we're about. See if you like us. Let us know. I'm not afraid to be outspoken about all of the mistakes that I make, that I see others make, and talk about how maybe the little tweaks we can make in our lifestyle can help fix this stuff. So I am here for inspiration and motivation. So these tweaks we can make could be physical, social, with relationships. Of course, we want to become healthy inside as well as the outside, and even spiritually. And I don't mean I'm going to get all religious on you, but spiritually could mean to you or me a little more meditation, a little more observation in your life, a little more of letting go in your life, which I'm trying to practice, and not being so controlling over everything all of the time, and some type of boundary making, and a little bit of forgiveness and compassion. These are spiritual subjects. I have started to meditate just a couple of times a week, just for a few minutes at a time, 3 to 5 minutes. And I have found, just as an example, for meditation to have helped me in so many ways. And even financially, I know that sounds really weird, but financially, things have been better for me in my life since I've been more present. So just to touch on the physical part of our lifestyle, I have never heard anybody say, oh, when I grow up, I hope I have diabetes. I hope to God that I have to be on a CPAP machine because I stopped breathing in the middle of the night. And I really hope my doctor has to see me often and give me lots and lots of medication. This is not what we want. This is not what anybody wants. And this is all within your control. So making the little pivots, changes, small tweaks, that stuff adds up to better health. And I wasn't really going to talk about diet on today's episode, but even with the physical stuff, cleaning up your diet, you have plenty of videos you can watch about diet out there. And please consider watching some of mine, because I have come a long way. So physical comes first, I feel like, when you're trying to make these changes. And when you start to see it actually work, where you can lose weight, where you can get off some medication, like I got off of my high blood pressure medication, and I gave up alcohol for good after being on it for 30 years, addicted, I realize I can do anything that I put my mind to. It's not going to happen overnight, these changes that we want to make, of course. We have to give ourselves some time. There is a learning curve when you are cleaning up your lifestyle. So the physical is obvious. Of course, we want to be pleased when we look in the mirror and see that the cellulite is starting to fade away, usually from eating a carnivore-based diet or a keto diet, like I'm seeing. But it's taken me 4 years, and it's not all gone yet. So I'm giving myself some real leeway here, because we are not perfect, and we're not going to be perfect, and I have never met a perfect person yet. So please be easy on yourself when it comes to these kind of things. This has to be a sustaining way of living for a long time, so you can get off your meds, so you can get better sleep, so you can be around for those who would miss you if you left. I've also never heard somebody say, I hope my gut leaks and goes into my organs and causes a toxic environment. I can't wait to get leaky guts. I hope that I have penile dysfunction, or I hope my sex drive just goes away so I don't have to worry about those things anymore. These are not the things that we want for ourselves. These are not the things that we tell our children, when you grow up, please make sure you drink plenty of alcohol. Please make sure you make a fool of yourself, child. And please make sure you're on as many meds as you can be on. This is all crazy. And we don't have to live this way. So most of us are making these changes, eating a more nutrient-dense diet, whether that be meat, dairy, and eggs, like I like to do on a 90% carnivore diet, or eating more vegetables instead of the junk foods, getting rid of the soda, the alcohol, the sugar in our lives, getting rid of packaged foods that have so many ingredients and our body hates them. These are chemicals and preservatives and made to sit on the shelf for 3 years. There is no food in the food that sits on the shelf for 3 years. So this is the physical stuff. These are the basics, and I hope we're all paying attention to this stuff that we can change anytime we want, because your life is up to you. These choices you make are your choices. No one is making you do something you don't want to do for your body. Then we get to the mental stuff. And so for me, the mental stuff and the tweaks that I have been trying to implement in my life and some changes I have made that have improved my lifestyle are things like not getting so defensive at the drop of a hat when somebody says something. Oh, you're going to get a heart attack if you eat all that meat, Misty. Is that even healthy? They don't know what they don't know. So I've heard these comments from eating mostly a carnivore diet, and people say things to me and question, of course, whether or not I'm making the right decision. Now, they may believe what they are saying to me, but it's my choice to either get offended or not get offended. And I've really, really been good with this one of saying to myself, well, they haven't looked into it. They may not be ready to face the facts that nutrient density comes first if you want to clean up your health. So I can't get mad at people if they don't educate themselves about diet or nutrition, for example. But in general, becoming so defensive all the time is something that I see a lot of people do. And I even see, and I hate to say this, ladies, more women seem to get defensive more quickly and more offended by things that other people say. And I'm not trying to get on you, ladies, but I have been noticing it does seem like more of a feminine trait. Now, some guys do this too, and they're not off the hook, guys. I know you've done this. But when somebody gives you their opinion, that doesn't mean you have to fight them on it. That is their opinion. You have yours. And when somebody is ready to discuss it with you, they know where to find you. But if they're not ready for that, there's no reason why it has to be discussed at all. And there's no reason you have to be defensive. And this has happened to me, but I am learning slowly that it's not worth my time to try to argue with somebody my points. I feel like when this happens, I can handle it a lot better than I used to over 4 years ago. So letting things go is not the easiest thing to do on the planet. I feel like letting go as a theme for trying to be a little bit more mentally aware or spiritually aware has been tricky, but it is very doable. So I started to sit back when people would say things and just sit with my feelings for a minute and feel through them and not respond sometimes. And I'll tell you what, it takes a lot less energy to not respond defensively to somebody. So try this the next time you want to, when somebody says something and you get offended real quick and you want to make your point, try not to do it. This is your homework. Try not to do it just a couple times this week and see what happens to your energy. You keep that energy for yourself for more important things. Another thing I want to mention about having a little bit more control over your mental state is like concentration, and even concentration on the wrong things and bringing it back to trying to concentrate on the things that matter in your life has been quite tricky for myself. So let me give you an example of like a mental thing that I deal with are too many thoughts. I even have too many ideas going on at the same time, and trying to focus in on one idea for me is probably my biggest mental issue. So, for example, dieting for the past 4 years with keto and carnivore even, trying to think about the best way to eat and overthinking calories, weighing food, worrying about how fast I'm losing weight, or if anyone's going to believe me on this channel because I'm not losing weight so damn fast. These are the things that trouble me. Or watching my views even on YouTube and saying, oh, I've only gotten 50 to 100 views. So if I overthink something, I just really get into a funny state, and I really don't think that brings out the best in me. So I'm going to ask you this week to put away the outcomes of things for right now. You can always worry about them later, and easier said than done, I'm sure. But if you just let yourself off the hook and not worry so much, be careful when you eat, of course, but not worry about if you're doing it fast enough, if no one's going to believe you, or if you have so much further to go, these kind of things. If that makes you very, very worried and adds anxiety to your life, I'm going to ask you to let yourself off the hook this week. Still make healthy choices when it comes to food and all the things we talk about on this channel, but getting tripped up by the thoughts running around in your head and the outcomes and how fast those outcomes are going to come to you, I don't think helps a lot of people. I kind of feel like it hurts a lot of people, and I know it hurts me. And sometimes I get on myself about making the best choice for that moment. Like even doing videos, deciding which video to do on which week really messes me up. So I do my best and I make a decision, and that's a great place to start. Another thing to think about when you're trying to tweak your lifestyle for a better love style might be socially. And what I mean here is if you have family members, for example, that every time you talk to this family member or several family members or even friends or even people at work, and you feel like you're resonating at a lower frequency after you speak to them, you have to pay attention to this stuff because you want to be compassionate and you want to listen to their troubles and you want to be a loving person and you want to be helpful, of course, because you're a kind person. But when that kind of overshadows some of your joy you may have had before you started talking to them, I'm going to ask you to limit the time you talk to certain people. So this is something that definitely has helped me. And yes, family members come in first place when it comes to this. Sometimes your parents or your siblings or your cousins or even your best friends. You talk to them, you want to help them with their problems, but it kind of takes a lot out of you. I actually think we do have a limited amount of energy. And if you have a limited amount of energy, that means you have a limited amount of positive energy. And if you're anything like me, you need all of the positive energy so you can use it for your lifestyle tweaks and making your life better. If you're giving it away all the time, please be conscious or try to be aware of how much energy you're giving to others so that you can keep some of that for yourself. And I don't think we do enough of this. I think we expend our energy on other things, other thoughts, things we can't control, even things worldwide, and politics and things like that. So limiting is a good place to start. You can't just stop caring about everything. And I feel like I care too much every day about too many things. And I started to look and say, you know what, that's not best for me. I need to save some of this energy for my lifestyle tweaks, for concentrating on what am I going to do when I get home from work so that I can go and exercise or be out in nature, for example, and using our natural state, our natural energy for our best outcome, for our best lifestyle, for our best health. Keeping more of it for yourself, even if you have to pull back a little at a time. Cut some conversations a little shorter than usual. And guys, this is really hard for me. And I have been doing this because, I'm a Cancer and I'm a caring person and I want to be everybody's everything. But I can't do it. And it's okay. And I've accepted it now. I can't be everybody's savior. I can give love. I can let them know I'm going to be there when they need me, when something really significant happens and they need me. And you might want to show somebody you are there when they really need you. But you don't have to, on the day-to-day, expend all that energy on other people. Keep some for yourself so you can use it when you go to exercise, when you go to make smart choices with your diets, when you go to make smart choices with your decisions. And I think this is very, very important to consider. And before I close, guys, and give you my truth bomb at the end here, I just want to point out, if you are trying to make small tweaks in your life to live a healthier lifestyle and be fit inside and out, I want to tell you, listening to things that lift you up, staying away from things that pull you down, whether it's people or politics or the news or certain shows. Like me, I try to listen to very motivational things, very inspiring things, and I like to be inspired as much as possible because I can slip down into the depths of things that I can't control and get stuck in the feelings of how can I change this when I can't. So don't get stuck in the rut that we all get stuck into. Listen to things that motivate or inspire you or get you off your butt, or music, and make sure to include the things that you love: cooking, art, painting, music, making jewelry, designing things, clothing or decorating or redoing a room. Whatever makes you happy is very, very important right now to keep doing those things. My truth bomb here at the end is, please remember this right here. Pink 77. Pink salt, 7 hours of sleep, and 7 cups of water a day will change your life. Implementing Pink 77 into your lifestyle tweaks will help you so much, I can't even explain it right now. So please try these tweaks that we talked about today. And of course, eliminating that drama helps quite a bit. Please comment. I will answer you. I love comments from you guys. Anything you want to add to help change or tweak your lifestyle for a better way of living, I'm very, very interested. Thank you for listening to Black Eyed Soul. We record right here in this room, Andrew and I. And we'll see you next time on Love Style. Peace out.